So earlier this week, following his meeting with congressional Republicans, Donald Trump told the media that he wanted the big, beautiful bill to only benefit red states and told Republicans, make sure you don't do anything that benefits blue states. And that seemed pretty horrible, right? I mean, any Democratic president that had, if they would have come out and said this only helped blue states, not red states, they probably would have been killed. And I mean that literally. The media would have crucified them. And then when a crazy wacko, Republican did something to them, nobody would feel bad. You were intentionally punishing red states like a jackass. But Trump came out this week and openly admitted that's what we want to do. And it turns out that this is not just an idle threat. It wasn't a random thought that Trump had, because outside of the Republican budget, apparently Donald Trump has already been doing that. A new report came out this week that actually explained that since Donald Trump took office, he has been working, he and his cabinet, behind the scenes to strip funding from blue states and give it to red states. And one of the main targets has been flood prevention programs that the Biden administration had funded. They earmarked the money for. A lot of blue states were getting money because they needed it more, states like California and Washington. And instead, Trump has cut billions from those blue states and sent it to red states. California alone has California and Washington combined actually have lost over $606 million in flood prevention and water management programs. California is over $400 million of that amount. Meanwhile, Texas has seen an increase of over $200 million in the amount of investments they're making over there. And the White House actually tried to downplay this, and they're like, no, it's not just blue states. We also cut funding for Louisiana. Yeah, because if any state in the country doesn't need flood prevention, it's Louisiana. My God, half the state is below sea level, and they're on the Gulf of Mexico. And yes, that is what it's called. But that's not a justification. That's like, hey, we're also trying to screw some Republicans, not all of them, but some of them. All I know is that if a Democratic president ever did half the things that Donald Trump did, they would have already been impeached, they would have been indicted and convicted, and you would have had psycho Republicans out there every day trying to murder them. But Trump's just doing it in the open and nobody seems to give a shit. That's what's driving me crazy. I'm not saying I want anybody to go do anything. I absolutely do not want that. What I want is for the media to pay more attention to what this man is doing. This is the revenge agenda. This is the retribution. It doesn't all have to be prosecutions and investigations. There are more subtle things taking place, and this is one of them. He is screwing the blue states, giving money to red states that, for the record, didn't even ask for it. They didn't need it. They're just like, cool, we'll take an extra $200 million, but, we kind of got things under control, but all right. Maybe you could look at Louisiana. No, screw Louisiana for some reason. So I don't know. But what I do know is that this is the retribution that Donald Trump promised to be. This is punishment of blue states. And let me tell you this. Remember after a big hurricane last year? Came right through those red states. Republicans were up in arms accusing the Biden administration of letting red states die, not providing them the aid they needed, which actually didn't happen. He did provide them the aid. He did declare natural disaster areas so that FEMA stepped in and did all this. There was one FEMA worker that was like, skip people with Trump yard signs, and that person was fired. Like one person, and they accused the whole administration of screwing over red states. Well, it didn't actually happen under Biden, but it is happening under Trump. And these Republicans don't care. They go right along with it. These projects are not just meant to save lives through flood prevention. They also provide much needed jobs. They provide a massive economic boost. There are ripple effects that go all throughout these communities, the cities, and the states themselves. And Trump is robbing them of that, further screwing them over. But I don't know. Maybe it's okay, right? Maybe it's okay that red states get a little bit more money, since the Republican budget that the House passed this week is going to screw over those red states more than the blue states. So maybe it all evens out, right? Everybody gets screwed to a different, basically the same level, but just on different things, I guess. So everybody's miserable. Nobody's happy. Everybody gets screwed, except, of course, the Republicans in Washington, D.C., and their wealthy donors who are getting a massive tax cut. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.